Hi guys, welcome back to Handmade with Tara. Today I have for you my advanced series and I'm going to show you guys some cards with Rustic Crate. The Rustic Crate Bundle here has the dies and the stamps. You can find this in the mini catalog from September to December 2023. And it is almost right in the middle here on page 46. Okay, so, and it shows you all of the stamps and the sayings that come in the bundle. And if you buy the bundle together, you save 10%. So, or you can just get the stamps by themselves. But I'm going to use both, and I will show you what I came up with. So, every month I try to do an advanced class for people who have all the stuff already and just maybe want some ideas. I also do a beginner's class at the last Friday of every month, and I do a paper pumpkin box. So if you want more information, just like and subscribe to get a hold of those videos. And then let me show you, these are the 3 designs that I have for today. So just quickly gonna show you how I made these cards. And I typically try to do different techniques on different cards. So I'll show you what I did for these. So I'm going to start with the sunflower card, and all of these, there we go. So first of all, I like to go ahead and jump right in. So I already went ahead and I cut all the paper down. So you can use whatever paper you want. I use the Earthly Elegance paper for this one. So it's a little bit different than the other one. I just tried a couple of different stitches here, and that is using the Radiating Stitches dies. So they look like this. And then, so it doesn't really matter how you cut the paper down because you're going to actually cut out all of these sizes. So I did each of the rectangular sizes to get my base here. And then I just used a little bit of this beautiful natural, I guess, weaved twine. And then the card and card base is basic white, and it is cut 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. So that's like a basic card. And then I always do an insert just to make it and give it some more sturdiness, but you can also get the thick white paper and then you wouldn't have to do that, but that's going to end up going on the inside there. So I'm actually going to do it this way. All right, so pretty easy, this card. So I'm going to use this, it's the background, so you can use either side. This is designer series paper, so it's double-sided. So I kind of like this color, it's very pretty. So I'm going to do this one first. I'm going to go ahead and glue that down so it can start to dry. All right, so obviously it takes some time to die cut all of these pieces out. Just a minute to cut those pieces out. But I wanted to do that because there is quite a bit of coloring using the blends in this tutorial. So, but I tried to keep it simple and use the similar color for each of the cards, but just so that you are aware. And then before I glue this together, I'm actually going to go ahead and stamp this. So I did use the sunflower, or you could kind of make it, what's that other flower? That red flower. It's slipping my mind right now. But the this flower right here, I kind of turned into sunflower. So I'm just going to use the Memento black ink. And I'm going to tap on that. And then I'm just going to put it right here in the center of that. And I put stamps on both sides because I use all of the stamps in the whole thing. I tried to use all of them, but this is my chamois. I'm just going to clean everything off. And then I'm going to color this in. So all I did was I used Granny Apple, light and dark for the leaves. And I'm just going to do this quickly with the blends. It's so nice. It's so smooth and it goes on just so nice. So I try to be gentle on my blends so that they'll last me. And then you can also use a bit of Mossy Meadow. So that's the other color that I'm using here, just for like the insides of these leaves, just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then I use Daffodil Delight for the flower. So, and then I'm just I kind of like am sloppy on the middle, on the inside, and then I bring it out to the sides, and then I get a little bit more detailed on the outside. So super quick and simple. But you can take your time and you can color them whatever color you want. And this is just dark daffodil. So I'm just gonna kind of add a little bit more. I definitely need to get a new blend. I'm trying to make this one last. It still has good, but I used it on a big project, so it's just a little bit not pretty anymore. So you see the tip, it still colors great, but it's just not as fine as I'd like it to be. It'd be nicer if it was a little bit more fine. So after I got that colored, I'm just gonna come back in with a little bit of light Pecan Pie, the Pecan Pie, and I'm gonna do the centers. Just like that. So easy, so simple, that's done. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and grab the For You stamp. So that's this little tiny guy right here. And I actually just used some Misty Moonlight for this. I used Misty Moonlight on my first card. Let me show you why. Because of this background piece. So because I'm switching it up, I'm gonna use this this Moody Mauve instead. So let me just show you how like interchangeable, depending on what designer paper you use, you can make it coordinate. So I'm just gonna do For You right here. And then now these two pieces, they coordinate and it all ties together. You could also have used this color, this Pretty Peacock. And so it will always coordinate, which is so cool about the Stampin' Up! Designer paper. It's my favorite thing right now. Like all of the paper that coordinates with the stamps, it just makes everything so much easier. So now I'm just going to attach this with a little bit of glue. I kind of push into the glue as I use it so that it doesn't make a big mess. Put this centered on here. And then I'm just going to add a piece of this beautiful, and I do the fake out, you know, where you tape behind it so it saves your stuff. So, and I'm just going to use a little bit of tape, which I'm hiding from myself over here. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of washi tape, and I'm going to add this little piece here because I thought it was this twine is very perfect for fall. And so, I'm just gonna add this. And then I'm gonna pop that up on dimensionals. Just need to find my dimensionals. All right, so easy enough. And then I'm just gonna lay that centered on there. So, see, simple enough. I'm gonna add a little bit of the elegant faceted gems here with my take your pick tool. I'm just going to add a little bit of bling here. Here, let me grab these. So I'm just going to put these up here. And then I'm just going to grab a smaller one. And I'm going to pull it down here. Just to give it a little bit of something. I love to add a little bit of bling, just to show you all the cool stuff that you can do to, and these are, I love these gems. Obviously, I've almost used all of them. They're just super universal, I found. So the elegant faceted gems, anything that you see that you like, obviously, if you're new here, you can find on my website here, and I will put in the description all of the different tools I use. Find your words, Dee. Okay, so here, this is the insert that I have for the insert piece, and I'm going to use this pretty peacock. So now I'm going to go with this color. So I already used the Moody Mauve, which I could have used again. You can always use black, but I'm going to use this pretty peacock. And I'm just going to get lots of ink on this stamp here. And I'm just gonna put that on there before I put it inside the card. There we go. So now the inside and the outside is cohesive. Obviously, you can do more stamping if you like. You can be totally simple if you like. You can add more. On the inside, I could add some more flowers if I wanted to. I'm just going to add a little layer of glue here all the way around, and we're going to put this insert in. Again, this is what I was telling you about. Like if you have if you use the thick white, it kind of gives a better base for you. But I don't know, for whatever reason, I think that it needs a little insert so that it's nice and sturdy. And so every day with you is better, and then for you. So this could be like a get well soon card, or an anniversary card, or anything that you like. So that is card number 1. And let me just show you my original one. So I think I added a little glue dot. So if you have a couple of glue dots, these are great for keeping this ribbon, this twine down here. So I just use that in the middle there, and then it holds that right into place, just, pro tip. And then that is that first card done already, okay? So I pretty much saved myself some time by having all the pieces already cut out here on this card, but I did not do that for all the other ones. So we'll hopefully move right along. So that's card number 1. And I really love these colors. I think they both look beautiful in their own way, but different, but beautiful. Awesome. That's card number 1. Done and done. And let me go ahead and move on to card number 2, which, if you will remember, it's this card here. So on this card, I let the designer paper do a lot of the work for me, and I'll show you what I mean. So, and I wrote down the measurements for this one. So same thing, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and then layers of, that's the base is that 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 is the base that I used Mossy Meadow. So that's this one. And then I did layers of 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 of Fairy Vanilla, 5 1/4 by 4 designer paper. So I keep going down by 1/8. So to make it really simple and easy, let me show you how easy this one's going to go together here. So I'm going to attach these two first, which, the back side of this paper I love so much, and it was really hard for me to cover up. And it's really hard for me to use, but I already used some of these beautiful colors on another project, so I'm like, I really want to use the pumpkins, but it's super hard for me. I love that back pattern. It's so pretty. But this is good for Halloween, right? So perfect with the pumpkins. I'm feeling it. I hope everybody has some fun Halloween plans. If you have some fun Halloween plans, or if you're going to dress up, or if your kids are dressing up, tell me. I am super interested in what everybody's being this year. My kids are being my beautiful little babes are gonna be Star Wars characters, so that'll be fun. All right. So if you're new here and you don't know me, my name is Tara and I am a stay-at-home mom and a Stampin' Up demonstrator for Stampin' Up. I'm going on my 3rd year here with Stampin' Up, and so far it's been a wonderful journey. So this is very vanilla, cut at 2.5 by 3.5. And then this is designer paper cut 2 3/8 by 3 3/8. So again, I just went down by 1/8, and I go ahead and layer it. So each piece of the designer paper has its own mat to give it some, to make it stand out from those pumpkins, to give it a little bit of same here. So this is the second piece of very vanilla, 2.5 by 3.5, 2 3/8 by 3 3/8, and then I'm just going to layer them. Again, I love that paper. It's very hard for me to cover. Please forgive me. I just love the paper. So I have 3 boys. The youngest is going to be Yoda. Cute little baby Yoda. And then I have a Mandalorian 5-year-old and a Luke Skywalker 8-year-old. So they're all going to be something fun. So this part, I just kind of layered them. So a little bit of glue. And then I did like this, kind of right in the middle, but kind of to an angle. And then I did this one over top of it, kind of at an angle the other way. Again, make that layered, let the designer paper do the work. So it's super fall. I got the leaves, I got the pumpkins, I got this beautiful designer paper that just does so much of the work for me. And then now I'm going to, okay, so I already cut this piece and I used the deckled rectangles. So the deckled rectangle dies, and I used the smallest one to create the tag that I'm going to use. I'll go ahead and stamp that first so that I can show you. And I used this Pecan Pie Stampin' Up color. And I used Good Things Take Time. So I'm going to go ahead and get that nice and inked up. And I'm going to go ahead and put that right in the center of that. Get a nice firm press. Beautiful. Clean that off so that it's ready to go when I need it again. Alrighty, so that is that part. And I'm going to go ahead and do the easy part, which is I'm going to go ahead and throw that up on dimensionals. Boom, boom. So easy. And I'm going to put this at the top of my card here. So make sure it opens the right way so that you're doing it at the top. And I just kind of centered it at the top. I do things off-centered a lot. And today I was just feeling like everything is going to get centered today. For whatever reason. Feeling it. In the center. So you can be creative. If you don't like the way I layered this, you can layer it any way you want, right? This is just an idea. Just to get your brain juices flowing, right? All right, so this is my insert. This is going to end up going on the inside of the card. You stamp it if you want to stamp it first before you add it to the middle of the card. So on the front, it says Good Things Take Time. The other stamps I have, Every Day With You is Better. You can do... there's another one that says like Feeling Blessed or Good Things Take Time. That's the one I already had. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Blessed Beyond Measure. So you can put that on the inside if you want to, but I'm just going to leave this one blank because I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to use this one for yet. So I'm just going to leave it blank. Then I can decide what I want to use it for. And then if I need to add something special to the inside. Right now it's pretty much... It can be anything for anyone, and non-committal card here. All right, so that's my insert. And this is a 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 piece. Okay, So just 1/8 of an inch smaller than the card base here on all the sides. Okay, so now I'm going to do some coloring and I'm going to use my Memento to stamp. Okay, so I have the flowers right here, so it looks like this stamp right here. I'm going to use that one. And I have double stamped these so that I could use all these stamps because I ended up using all of them for this workshop. And I don't have as many blocks as I have stamps, so I did my best. Okay, so tap, 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 and then I'm going to press this down here. Just like that, gonna clean that off. And then I'm just gonna flip my block. So these are awesome. These photopolymer blocks you can use over and over and over again with all these stamps, which if you're watching this, you probably already know that. And if you do happen to make any of these cards that I'm showing you, please do tag me in the post, like if you post them, because that's such a wonderful compliment when people make my cards, and it makes me so happy. So if you do make any of these designs, I hope that you'll tag me. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and color these. So, and again, I used the light and dark pumpkin pie colors. So the pumpkins. So I'm gonna go ahead and color those first with my blends. These are Stampin' Up blends. And I'm kind of a sloppy, and then I go back over it a lot to, you know, make it look nice. So you can always color these any color you want. If you like another color, or you like, you know, not traditional colors, then I think that that's great. I think that you can totally get away with doing that with pumpkins. You can do them any colors because you can paint pumpkins, which we don't do. We carve pumpkins. Are you guys carvers or painters? I always really like both. I mean, I'm easy as far as that goes, and liking all kinds of different things. Okay, so, and then I'm going to use that Daffodil Delight again. So Daffodil Delight, and then I'm going to color these sunflowers. So I kind of color them all first, right? And then I come back in with this is the light, and then I come back in with the dark, and then I add some more. So I'm going to color these, and I add, you know what? I used this side, and I colored some of these kernels in, and it looked really cool on the other card that I did. So I'm just going to do that again. And yeah, that looks cool. And then I do like the back petals, the darker. Or any white space, I just kind of help fill that in. And see what I mean? There's a little bit of coloring in this video, in this tutorial. I tend to veer towards the designer paper more nowadays, just because it's so great and easy. But obviously, if you're making something for a special person and you want to add some coloring, add some blends, I totally am for that. I think it does kind of elevate the card when you spend extra time on them. So you can spend a little bit of extra time adding in, you know, your color preferences, making it your own. And you hope that whoever you end up giving it to can see the value, and will appreciate the gesture, you know, no matter what. When you're making a handmade card, these are for special people in your lives. These are for, you know, making others feel special and valued. That is my jam. If you know me at all, you'll know that that is me to my core. Okay, so I am going to use, since the card base is this beautiful Mossy Meadow, I'm going to use a little bit more of the Mossy Meadow on this. So this is the light Mossy Meadow. I'm going to use that on these beautiful leaves here, these pumpkin leaves. And, or actually, I don't even know if they are pumpkin leaves. I think they're the flower leaves. Now that I'm looking at it, and they're coming off of these flowers. So pretty. And then I'm actually gonna use this for this one too. So I really love this Mossy Meadow. It's definitely my favorite green that we have here in the current colors. It's really hard because I love them all, especially the greens though. There's so many options. But this one's my favorite. I love it. So pretty. Add a little bit of that dark Mossy Meadow for the middles, just to give it some dimension. Again, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I think, obviously, I think it elevates the card. Takes it to the next level, and then I used this for this. You hear this bird in the background. It's so beautiful. It's a beautiful day. You know what I love about being a stay-at-home mom is getting to enjoy those beautiful days. Those beautiful fall days. And my dogs. My crazy dogs. I have a lab, and I just have one dog. I just have a Labrador, but I am dog sitting my sister's dog, who's like an Aussie Terrier something. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. Ooh, I think that one's I go back to this one. Found that I missed some of these back here. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to use the dies, and I'm going to, this die pack has a bunch of really fun dies, but I'm going to cut out this, and I'm going to cut out this, and I will be right back. All right, so here we go. We got these die cut out, and I'm just gonna put that aside because I'm gonna have to use that again. And I'm gonna put this aside because I'm gonna have to use that again. And then, so this was just a scrap piece. So scrap piece of Very Vanilla that I used for these. So what I did was, you can kind of see these in the back here. And I used dimensionals, which I keep misplacing here. And I just put a couple on the back. And put that right over the leaves here. And just like that. And then this next part, I'm going to end up layering this over top the bottom of those stems like that. And so, but before I do that, I do want to cut a piece of twine. And so I just used this linen thread, linen thread, and I had to just open a new pack. So, and I did a double bow. So I just kind of like wrap it around my fingers twice like that. Use my snips. And then this is just how I like to do it. Obviously, do what works best for you. But I cut it in half. I size it up to the middle and then cut it in half. And then I make a bow with the linen thread, hopefully. There we go. And then pull that. Whoa. pull that, oh, pull that, kind of make a fun little bow there. And then I just put this on a glue dot. So I'm going to use a glue dot here. And so I put a little glue dot on the back there, if you can see that. Okay, and then I'm just going to put that right there at the bottom, right like that. And then, so I'm going to layer this kind of over top where the leaves end up right in the middle of the bow. So in order so that the dimensionals sit flat, you can put them like this. So I just put a couple of dimensionals and then I just layer this like that, just like that. So, and then you can cut this twine, this linen thread, if you want. You can leave it long if you want, doesn't matter at all, whatever your personal preference is, but this card is done. So look how easy, simple, effective. It's got some harvest, fun things, fun designer paper in the background, and then you can leave the inside for whatever sentiment you need. So this could be a birthday card. This could be a, you know, a congratulations on your graduation card. It doesn't even matter. So anything that you like. But this is a done. So I'm going to set that one aside now. And I'm going to pull out the last card, which is this card here. So, and for this one, again, I'm going to have some coloring and some stamping here. So, and I use some of this new ribbon and some of these beautiful new dragonflies. These are new online exclusive products here that just came out. This ribbon might even go to the new Be Mine suite that's coming out. So, and or might already be out now. I need to look. But the, yeah, it's got like a little bit of pecan in it. It's really beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and start on this third and final card here. And let me move everything else out of my way so I can show you what we're going to do next. I don't need any more dies. Just putting my stuff away so I can get to my card. Here we go. So I love these cases. They're great for organizing all of the stuff that I'm doing for each project. They work really well for me. I did use these gems, which are the 2023 to 2025 in color dots. So I did use those on this card. Just a few of them. And this is a Mossy Meadow piece, layered piece. I got a white piece that I believe I used for the, did I use that for the insert? I think I need to make an insert. I think I meant to cut this in Very Vanilla. So I'll just show you. This is going to be the insert piece that goes on the inside, but I want to cut Very Vanilla. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a piece really fast and just stay organized here best that I can with all my stamps everywhere. I am going to, oh, now my pup's wanting back in after he went running outside like a wild man, like a wild pup. All right, so now I have my Very Vanilla. This is going to go on the inside here. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that inside insert in. And then I'll let my puppy in because he is sad. It's kind of cold outside today. Not as beautiful as normal, but come on, Bubba. Come on. All right, so then the next part that I'm gonna do is I'm going to use another piece of Very Vanilla, cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then this part is the piece that I'm going to, and then this is 1/8 of an inch bigger. So it's gonna go right underneath this, like that. So this one is going to get stamped first. So I'm just gonna bring in paper here. And I used Moody Mauve. You can use whatever color you want. I just chose to use Moody Mauve. So again, I'm gonna use this block that has my flowers on it. I thought these flowers were really pretty. And what I did was I stamped off. So stamp off, stamped on, just kind of right in the middle of the card, stamped, ink, stamp off, and then like that. And then if you want to get that last little piece right there, like that, and just add that. And then I used a scrap piece of Very Vanilla, since I'm still using the stamp, and I'm just going to stamp off, stamp on, like that, and I'm going to end up die cutting this out. And then I also did the other side. I did the pumpkin side. I did not stamp off on this one. I just put it right on there. So, and hopefully it'll fit right here. Like that, firm press, and then, so that's just a scrap piece that I used for that. So if you have scraps, everybody has scraps, you can do that. Alrighty, and then I'm just gonna clean this off on both sides. And then, so I'm gonna end up die cutting these out. And you can color first or die cut first, it doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna go ahead and die cut these off. Die cut these out, I'm sorry. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright. Pups usually will go outside, my pups, and will stay outside all day when it's nice out, which is really nice. They just want to play. I am going to go ahead and put this back in the case here. And then this one too. And I'm going to grab out, I'm going to show you. So I used this one here. And I used the box. So this one and this one. And you can use these pieces as well if you want to. But, oops, this is backwards. Shh. Little doggy, stop making all that noise. Nella, that's enough. They decide they're gonna fight right in the next room. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all of these pieces on here, and you can color first and then cut if you want to. So I actually am going to try this a different way than what I did on my original card, and I'm going to use a blending brush maybe. Let's see. Let me get a pecan blending brush. And let's see what this looks like. If so I like to put mine in here. I've seen other people like put their blocks on the ink pad. Whatever your preference is, it's not really, it's whatever you like to do. But anyway, so This is just one way of doing this. You do not have to do it the way that I do it. Obviously, I'm trying something new here. I colored the other one on the very first one that I did, so I'm just going to give it a little bit of color, and then I'm going to put these on here and cut them out. Just like so. And I actually used a little piece of Scrap Misty for this part. So this is Misty Moonlight color, and then this was just a white scrap that I'm going to go ahead and die cut these out. Okay, so now I have some die cuts here. I can use that scrap again, and I can build this. So this is really cool because it has already some kind of embossed, it's kind of embossed. It has like the grooves. So let me show you how to build this. Oh, I forgot this piece. We'll do that on the next card. All right, so I'm just going to put these away. And I can start building this. So this is really cool. You just kind of fold inside with, and then we're going to use, I'm going to use a couple of glue dots. You can use regular glue if you want to. I am just going to use a couple of glue dots because these pieces are small. And see if this works, holding it together. And you can fold and use your bone folder to help get those pieces to stay down flat for you. And these glue dots are just left over from one of my paper pumpkin kits that I did already. And maybe I used glue or tape runner and saved the glue dots because I like them for projects like this where you have some little pieces. And my dogs are acting crazy. I'm so sorry if you hear them wrestling around in the background, being all crazy. Wish they'd go outside and play. So, and then I'm just going to add this piece and layer it on top of here. So, and then you can tell me which you like better. If you like this is a blending brush, great. And then I'm just going to come back over top of it with the light Pecan Pie. Oh, they're playing chase now. And I am going to hit those seams with that. And just kind of give it a little bit. And you can completely fully cover this in if you wanted to. Nella, that's enough. They just decided right now when they're gonna play. So try to do that. And give it a little bit of edge like that. And that looks fine. That looks nice. Okay, so then I just did, okay, so I put this on glue. You can use glue dots again, but I'm gonna save my glue dots for other things. And put this piece on here, and then this is where I used the gems, the 2023 dots. So what I did was I just grabbed some of these copper dots and I just put them on either side of this crate. They're super distracting. It's funny, they've never played like this while I was doing a tutorial before. Usually I do my tutorials at midnight because that's the only time I get where it's usually very nice and quiet. My son took a late nap today, so I am trying to get through this. So you can be the judge if that looks better or worse than my original. Okay. So I can save that piece for something else. So what's going to end up happening is, see if I can get them to go back outside. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this inside here just like this. Now I'm going to color this last piece. And again, I use the same colors on all these projects because all of these cards will go to different people. So it's not like somebody's going to see the same design card over, you know, with the same coloring and the same everything. I think that too, like I like and enjoy making all kinds of different cards. I don't typically give the same person two of the same card ever, right? And I love this very vanilla. I'm feeling the very vanilla for this time of year. That is this background cardstock. I think that looks really pretty. So. I really like the way these corn stalks look. They're super cute. Alrighty, and then I'm going to use some pecan, light pecan for these stalks. Just like that, and the centers of the flowers. Okay, make some beautiful sunflowers. And then we're going to use Mossy Meadow again. So see how simple you can easily change this up just by changing the colors that you're using. So if you wanted to, you could make these cards very different, right? So, okay, the next part, all right? So I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on the back of here. And like this, whoop, there we go. And then put that right in the crate. It's like all that pretty coloring. Let me color it. Let me just stuff it down in this crate. I know. Just like that. So you can see a little bit of that brush sticking up out of the top. And then I'm coming back to my base. All right, so the crate is done and ready to go on my card. The next thing that I did was I took some blending brushes, lemon lolly, and I took crushed curry, so lemon lolly and crushed curry, and I just added a little bit of blending on the bottom here. So light and lemon lolly greenish grass. It almost looks yellow. You can obviously use something darker or granny garden green, granny apple green, whatever you want. I just chose lemon lime because I thought it looked really nice. And then I used crushed curry, and so I actually did an actual yellow so that there was some contrast. I always start off my paper for the blending brushes, and then I'm going to do like a sunny day, sunny fall day, but kind of like an orange. I love this crushed curry because it's kind of like it's got an orangey hue to it. But I did a little bit of blending like that just to give it a little bit of color here. And I actually am going to come back over that green and add a little bit of granny apple green. Let me see how this looks. So let's see. I'm just going to get a little bit of that. Let's see what that looks like. Just add a little bit more. I don't know why it didn't look so yellow on my other card, but this one it looks very yellow. I'm going to use some more green. Like that. Just give it a little bit darker green. And so sorry about my pups that just decided that it was time for them to play and act crazy. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this stamp right here, and I used this Pecan Pie color, and I didn't do any Stampin' Off. Sounds like there's somebody coming up to my house by the way the dogs are barking. Hopefully it's a delivery truck with some deliveries for me. That'd be awesome. All right, and then I just stamped right on there, right over the top, so it looks like they're kind of inside these crates, just like that. Okay, so pecan pie, and then the last thing I'm going to do before I start layering this on is I grab, because my base is Misty Moonlight, I'm going to use Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to use Blessed Beyond Measures. So I'm going to do that, Blessed Beyond Measures, right here in this top corner. Like that, Blessed Beyond Measure. And that's in that Misty Moonlight. Doesn't have to be perfect, but, and then let me show you how I did the Pecan Pie. This is Pecan Pie ribbon. I just kind of pulled it across like that, and that's where I cut it. So I was going to cut it in advance, and then I was like, you know what, let me show you exactly how I measure. I measure like this. So I just went across the top and the bottom and cut it like that. Then you can use a little bit of tape to tape it behind the back. And this one's definitely got orangier sunset looking vibe. And I'm going to layer this right here and tape that behind like that. And then I did it again on the bottom like so. Like right underneath these crates. And then that's what it looks like so far. I'm going to go ahead and mat it right onto this. So I can just use some, you can use glue or you can pop it up on dimensionals if you wish. I'm going to see what it looks like if I glue it down. Like that. Oh, these dogs cannot make up their mind today. And then you can pop this up on dimensionals if you wish, or you can just mat it right down onto the card base. And I just do a thin, very thin layer of glue. This green glue works really well. And then I just kind of can slide it around until it's exactly where I want it to be. And then press firmly down on that glue. All right. And then last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and add this little crate right in the front here. So I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. And let's see what that looks like. I kind of am putting them up high because I know that this ribbon's gonna end up going underneath of it. And just like that, you can put it centered, you can put it off to one side, however you want. I'm just gonna put mine right in the middle like that. And then the last thing I did was I added some of these. These are brand new dragonflies and birds peel and stick. So I'm gonna use my take your pick, and you can choose birds or dragonflies. I just chose dragonflies. And I'm just gonna pop a couple of these on here. Like that. And that card is done. So, set that aside. That is card number 3. So, and again, you can stamp the inside if you like. Blessed beyond measure. So just a beautiful fall type card. And then this is my original, so you can see how much lighter it is depending on how you use the blending brush. So this one's a little bit darker, which I like them both. And they wouldn't go to the same person, so you can kind of get away with them not looking exactly alike unless you're making like a set of cards. So that was the last card that I just did. This was the other card, and this one. So beautiful. I really loved this set. It was fun to play with, beautiful for fall. Cannot wait to gift these cards, you know, probably to school teachers or something to thank them, or maybe to, you know, I'm trying to think like who around the fall time, like a birthday or something like that. But always good to thank people. I think that thank you cards are definitely my #1 cards that I make. But so hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, please subscribe and look out for new videos every month, new tutorials every month. If you really enjoy scrapbooking and you don't have a demonstrator, please contact me. I would love to be your demonstrator and have you join my team. Always looking for new women who love to craft and who enjoy making fun projects like these. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a good day.